Good evening, everyone. I just finished from work, and I feel I should talk a little about working condition in Nigeria. So there are two types of working conditions in Nigeria. You know, the 9 to 5 type, and those that overwork themselves. So there is what we call the normal 9 to 5, or 8 to 6, or 9 to 6. Then some people, if you are like in a top level in an organization, you can decide to take it upon yourself and um, overwork yourself. That's when everybody closes, you still stay at the office to work. So now there are two different these individuals that work. It's either you're working with the government or you're working with the private sector. So if you're working with the government, you are likely to, even sometimes close early for work because nobody's really monitoring you, nobody's really looking after you, nobody's really asking you much for results of what you are doing. But then if you are working in the private sector, there's a whole lot that is going on. The HR is beefing you, the CEO wants you to put in more effort, and all of that. And in that case, it doesn't even mean you'll be paid that much like that. So, working in a what's it called? Working in a private sector, you might have to work like times 10 of what you are being paid for. But for someone like me, I'm used to working. I work a lot. I spend a lot of my time working, much more than the time I used to play and make friends. So for someone like me, I most times don't work to earn money. I work to know more. Get based on the kind of industry I'm in, the advertising industry. You need to try as much as possible to know more while you are young, so that when you get to like your 30s, and you're holding a very big position like creative director, head of copywriting, you've already gathered a lot of experience while you're still young, and you've already worked on a lot of brands, so you can be able to hold everything together and see what you can do and earn your respect. So, if you're thinking of moving to Nigeria, just know you need to ask yourself whether you want to work with the government, or you want to work for yourself, or you want to work for the government, or you want to work in a private firm. And if you are looking at what it takes, you need to consider also the kind of private sector you want to work in. So, for example, you're likely to work more when you work in a newly private company than when the company is a company that is already old. And the reason is simple: the company that is new is still growing. They have a lot they want to achieve. They have a lot they are putting in place. They have a lot they are setting up. So with that kind of thing, you are likely to work like times two of the way you will work when you are in a private organization that has been in establishment for a long time. So, as an individual, you need to ask yourself a lot of questions. Living in Nigeria is a bit tough and can be fun based on the kind of individual you are. But then, it all boils down to questions you need to ask yourself: of do you want to really know more, or you just want to work for the fun of it, or do you want to really advance in your career, or you just want to just want to work for, okay, let me just work and earn money. Yeah. So that's all for today. In my next video, I'll be talking about if you're working for a private sector, or if you want to work for yourself, what you need to consider. And if you're working for yourself, or if you're thinking of a business idea, what are the business ideas you can go into? Or if you're a student, what are the little things you can get involved in while you're still in school that will fend more money for you? Thank you very much for this video. Have a wonderful evening.